the courthouse, land of protection, justice, and judgment. Murdered for property. Property. A man was threatened, whipped, molested, and repeatedly had a noose tightened around his neck. William C. Deputy, a farmer from Ohio, once held the title to the present-day courthouse property of San Bernardino. The San Bernardino Courthouse, an old building with so much history, but no books dedicated to it. San Bernardino Courthouse housed the first female judge in the Inland Empire, serving from 1966 to 1976, Margaret J. Morris. April 3rd of 1852, the first worship service of the newly built Mormon Council House took place here. In 1852, it was a Sunday school, and Bible studies were held here. Prayer circles were held upstairs, and some who did not attend these believed it was a cult witchcraft society meeting. The first courthouse sessions meeting was held here on August 1st, 1853. The Mormons dealt with issues through their own religious courts, denying a need for civil authority. Some Mormons admitted a need for a jail and courthouse from time to time. Before this so-called new courthouse, for the public, county meetings and court sessions were held in rented rooms at the Crosby Hotel by Judge Benjamin Reyes. From Indian land to the gold rush, to farming, to religious practices, to a house fire, to a courthouse, to a Howard E. Jones built the third courthouse, which was passed through an extension, but in actuality, it was 3 times as big as the original and paid for by taxes. The 2 halves of San Bernardino, one half was for it, the other half was against it. The half that was against it, they decided to raise their taxes higher than the side that was for it, which obviously caused a big problem and split the county in half. The half that had the higher taxes and did not want the building decided to become their own county, known as Riverside County. And the courthouse before this was also a major problem with taxes, and they didn't even want the first one being built, which was built by his uncle. Howard E. Jones built the City Hall Record, and others iconic buildings throughout San Bernardino. He never went to school and had no professional training, self-taught skills, and an architect and well sought after. The council house caught on fire. They built another courthouse, which got damaged in an earthquake, which led to the so-called extension building, which was also damaged in an earthquake and torn down prior to 1926, when, again, they passed a bill to raise taxes to build the now present-day courthouse, which has 5 stories, and the 4th floor of the courthouse is where the jail is located. The jail was used for 79 years and is still holding jail in cases of emergencies. And the present-day courthouse is still an issue with the earthquake. It's on fault lines, it has cracks, it's run down, they try to renovate it, but still having issues. So they built another courthouse in a different location because of the lack of courtrooms. There's a lack of courtrooms. There's only 12 courtrooms at the old courthouse, and so they built a new courthouse which houses over 20 rooms for the judges. The courthouse was used as an administrative office. Over the years, it housed everything from healthcare to education to the dairy department to the school board. William C. Deputy had a noose around his neck, hung upon a tree, tightening and loosened repeatedly with a rope until, at last, Deputy agreed he would give up everything if they would not hang him, reported by a witness. So he signed the deed to his property to his nephew, which his nephew immediately sold it to someone else, and then Deputy tried to sue him over court to get his property back, but it had already been sold to someone else who supposedly did not know about the hanging and property trade. But in actuality, it was all plotted and planned out in advance and paid for. So a place of protection and justice and judgment was not always a place for protection and judgment. It was also a place of injustice for one man, William C. Deputy, in 1849. He later was hung by the same group of people, and it was politics at work. Staple Ford was aided by William the Governor at the time of the Notary Republic in 1850. The property also has a manual elevator, one of its kind, and it's been operated by the same woman for many years now. And that's one of the uniqueness part of it. In 1959, the courthouse used to have a giant radio tower on top of it, and it came down. They took it down because of new technology. A funny thing that actually happened at the courthouse was in 1965, avocado green carpet was installed outside all along the sidewalk. And the county safety officers got a lot of beef for doing this because it was, one, expensive and thought of as unnecessary, and carpet was sure to get ruined in the rain or something, but they had to defend why they put such costly carpet outside throughout the sidewalks, because very ugly and people weren't happy with the color, but they said they believed the color would calm down the prisoner.